Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I have been busy trying to sort out content for the channel, and I've been ordering some stuff for the channel. I have got a soldering iron kit, as I have got some good projects coming up. But anyway, in this video we are going to be concentrating on this Dell Optiplex 755. I have only used this Dell Optiplex 750, which was when I was at college. I have never seen the 755, but it looks very similar to the 750. Yeah, so we're going to try and restore it and clean it up and try and sell it on Facebook, as it's not retro enough for what I want for my channel, but it's here anyway and I don't want it to go to e-waste. So what I'm going to do is clean it, give it a few upgrades, and sell it on Facebook or eBay or whatever, as a probably entry-level gaming PC. But first we need to get it cleaned up, and before that I'm going to show you what is on the PC. Okay, so at the front we have the logo, Dell Optiplex 755. We have I think that's 5¼ inch. I'm not sure. Not sure what size that is, but it's for a floppy drive or a USB card reader. And we have here a 2.5 inch disk drive for CD drive or CD DVD rewriter. We have 2 USB ports, 1 headphone jack, 1 microphone jack. We have a power button which is not clicky anymore. We have the Dell logo, and we have the Intel Core 2 Duo logo and Windows Vista logo. And then the side, on the side we have the classic Dell logo. Got a big scratch here. I might see if I can remove that. On the top we have the service tag number and a bit of dirt there, which we can remove. And we have the Windows Vista business license. And let's turn it around, see what we have on the back. We have got a normal ATX power supply. Well, it's not normal, it's proprietary to these PCs, so we can't change anything inside. And any upgrades I do make have to be in line with the power of this. Again, we have microphone and audio in. I think that's for a sub as well, like 5.1 surround or 2.1 surround. We also have audio input, green for stereo. We have an Fnet, which I'm guessing is 10, 100, 2000 link. 2 USB ports, another 4 USB ports. We have VGA. I still don't know what this is. Is that a parallel port? Not sure. I need to do some more investigating to find out what this port is. Or if you could tell me in the description what this port is. And I'm assuming that this is a printer port. And down here we have some sort of graphics card, missing the shield, which has a display port and HDMI port. And we turn it round and we just got the bottom. Again, classic Dell logo with the 4 feet, as this can sit on your desk with monitor on top. Okay, so this is how it would look if you had it flat on your desk. You could put monitor on top, have keyboard and mouse in front. And so next we are going to open it up. There is a clip here which you just push in and the top comes right off. Now, as you can see, someone has been in here before. It's got an SSD. It is a 256GB SSD. We also have a 1TB HDD. CPU is under here. We're gonna clean that off, put some thermal paste on. Okay, so we've got a 274 watt power supply. The graphics card we have is a NVIDIA NVS 310. I'm guessing this is stock, an OEM card. So I've never seen a 310 before. And down here we have room for an upgrade. We have a PCO slot. As again, we've got this hard drive with this toolless design, which just lets us clip the hard drive out, which is, oh, it has a fan underneath it. I've never saw that before. That's something new. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just unplug this hard drive from here, the hard drive cooler. It's clipped in. And then we can also take out this SSD, remove this back plate that's over here. Does that just lift up? Ah, yes, there we go. That lifts out, and then graphics card, let's release the graphics card. I don't even think it's been used. The fan is absolutely clean. It is an MVS 310 1GB, model P2014. So I'm guessing it was made in 2014. So that would make it over 10 years old. Okay, so now we're going to remove this cable here. Let's unplug that. What memory sticks do we have? There we go. We've got a 1GB PC DDR2. So it is a DDR2 board. I think I have some DDR2 memory. So maybe we can put 8GB. Here's another 1GB, so a total of 2GB. Okay, so now that is all that disconnected, and then you can have a look inside. Here's this CMOS battery, which hopefully hasn't gone flat yet. We have slot 1 PCIe times 16 25 watts, so we can use a 25 watt graphics card. There's the new cables over here, just a CPU cable, and that is it. Now what I'm going to try and do is remove this CPU cooler. Screwed down, 2 screws here. Okay, I've got myself a posi drive, so I'm just going to, or flip screw head, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to unscrew this side, and then it should be the same side. Okay, so now that should lift up somehow. There we go. Oh my, there is hardly any thermal paste on there. It's on there, but there is hardly any on that processor. 2 little things been overeating. Okay, so now we're going to find out what CPU we have inside and if we can upgrade it. So that will be good to know if we can upgrade it. We have a look, very crusty. We have a Core 2 Duo E4600 at 2.40 GHz. It's not the fastest Core 2 Duo. There is faster ones out there, but like I said, it might be upgradable. It does have 3 SATA ports, but only 1 SATA connector, and a mini one for the DVD drive, which I don't have. I might have one, but I'm not sure how you would connect it, because it's got this funny 4-pin connector. Focus, there we go. And down here is the main board for the front buttons and the I/O. The fan is also very clean. Would a torch help with that? There we go. There's not much dust on there, so I don't need to take that out. I'll just give it a quick dust over with a blow kind of air. Yes, and that will be fine. So I have got some new thermal paste and some IPA. Okay, so now we're going to clean the cooler with some IPA. Which I have here, just some isopropyl alcohol, which I got off Amazon. So let's get a bit of a cloth, bit of paper tissue. There we go. That should do it. Just let that soak onto there, and then we should be able to give it a good old wipe. Okay, just a bit more. Yeah, that should do. Or we can use a sponge, a clean sponge. Just give it a wipe over. clean all the outside. There we go. Let's give it a little dry. Also remove any excess that we don't need. Let's get down the edges. And there you go. That's all that clean, nice and shiny. Next we have the graphics card, the NVS 310, which I am also going to clean. First of all, we're going to take off the power connector for the fan, then flip it over and take off these 4 screws. Taking these off. And make sure you put them somewhere safe where you can see them. I'm just going to put mine in this little lid. And then just flip it over and it will come literally off. And there we have the heatsink, and the thermal paste is very dry. So what I'm going to try and do is clean it off now with some IPA. And put a little on the board here just to try and get that thermal paste off there. There we go, that's come nice and clean. Let's just use this to get any excess off of it. There we go. Now that is nice and clean. Now let's just use the clean off the heatsink as well. Oh, that came off quite easily. Just dry that off, and there we go, all nice and clean. And then what we can do now is apply some new thermal paste. Okay, so now I'm going to put some Arctic MX4 onto the chip. I need a little. There, that should be good enough. Now what we want to do is grab the heatsink and make sure you push it on the right way. There is some feet, some standoffs, so they will just slot straight in, or should do, otherwise like that. Like so. It's very hard doing it one-handed, and then just get your screws, make sure the holes line up. And you can screw that one in. Don't tighten them fully up. Put one into each corner. When you put thermal paste on, it makes it very slippy. There's no grip. I thought them standoffs might actually just drop through the holes here, but they don't. They actually sit on top of the holes. And by the looks of it, you can put a bigger heatsink on here because there is 2 more holes for screws. So I'm guessing this has another fan shroud that you can put on. And then the last one, we can just put into there. Make sure they're all tight. Let's just give that contact a little bit of a clean. I have some Q-tips, cotton bud, whatever you want to call it. There we go. And then we can just give this a clean. And then turn it round and give the front part a clean. There we go, there's not much dirt on there. There's a little bit, if the camera picks that up. Was a bit of dirt but not much. So now that's all that clean, and then we can get back to the CPU and put some new thermal paste on there. Okay, so now we have the CPU. I'm going to clean that also with some IPA. Just going to get wet the Q-tip again. That should be enough. And then we're just going to wipe it around. Make sure it all comes off. Let's try and hold it still. Okay, then we can get some paper towel, paper tissue. And just give it a dry. Little bit on. There we go. Just give it a clean. Sorry, I keep putting my fingers in the way. It's very hard to keep it still without it moving everywhere. I'm just going to pick this up and just clean the underside. Let's get a Q-tip and hopefully we can use some of this that's on here. Just to clean all these pins. And that is a lot of dirt off the bottom of those pins. Okay, so now that looks all clean to me. Let's give it a final wipe over. There we go. All nice and clean, just the way it should be. Back up PC. Okay, so now what you want to do is unclip this lever here, push this up, and be careful not to touch any of these pins here with your fingers because they are very delicate. Do not even drop anything that includes the CPU. Be very gentle because if you bend these pins, more likely than not, your entire motherboard is now toast. And that means you'll have to go out and buy another motherboard unless you have a microscope and a pair of tweezers. Now, next thing is put some thermal paste onto CPU. Put a nice blob into the centre there. Maybe put a bit more. There we go. And I know I'm probably going to get loads of comments in the comment section telling me that I've applied the thermal paste wrong, I've put too much on, but to be honest, I don't care as long as it's being cooled, and that's all that I am worried about. Okay, so now we need to get this. This sits on here, and that just goes down there. Then we can screw this screw in. Can I get you to pick up on that? And there we go. It's held in by 2 screws. And then there is another screw just down there. Hopefully I can get in. I'll shoot in there tightly, and then let's just make sure we get this one tightened up, and there we go. That is that done. That is now the CPU done. Now we can get together. Now we can get to put in the power supply back together. Take that off. That's better. We don't need that in the way of these power connectors. Let's put the memory sticks back in first. I do believe it was the 2 white ones that was in. There we go, there's one. That's the memory sticks installed. A whole massive 2GB. Then we can try and get this back on, which is the main power button and the USB port. So we can't swap this board into another case, thanks to Dell. Let's try and turn that around because I cannot see. And I really don't want to bend the pins. And there we have it. That is now installed just down here. And then we can move that and push that down there. And now we can connect the 24 pin power connector. And then that is all done. Let's see if we can get it to fire up. Let me just get all this plugged in and set up to my monitor, and then we can see if it pulses, see what BIOS it's on, and have a look at some settings inside the BIOS. Okay, so now I've got everything all set up. I had to put the MVS 310 into the computer as the onboard graphics didn't want to work. I don't know if it has got onboard graphics, probably why the graphics card was in here in the first place. Let's do the first pair on test, see if anything comes on. Ah, there we go. There. Let's see if we can go into the BIOS. We are on BIOS revision A09. Now actually BIOS installed. Okay. Dell Optiplex 755. 2008 was his last BIOS date. I wonder if there's any newer. Probably not. Processor info, Intel Core 2 Duo E4600 at 2.4 GHz. Processor bus speed is 800 MHz. Processor L2 cache is 2 MB. Family model is 0F stepping D. Multi-core capable, yes. Dual. Hyper-threading capable, no. 64-bit technology, yes. Intel EM64T. Memory info, we have 2 GB, 667 MHz, and dual symmetric. PCI info, VGA multimedia, and second one is not populated. Date and time is March 11th 2008 because the CMOS battery is low. We have no boot device at the moment because there's none in there. Onboard devices, integrated NOC, integrated audio, USB controller, quad USB, rear dual USB, front USB, PCI slot, LPT port address, serial port, video, primary video, onboard or card. Well, the card, The onboard doesn't seem to work, so I don't know what's going on with that. Performance, multiple core CPU, speedster, the factory default is off, virtualization, acoustic mode, and we have all the security, TPM, is that TPM 1.3 or TPM 2.0, all the power, low power mode, spend mode, maintenance, 2017 post ever, 2016 post ever, and these are the last three ones. So I'm guessing that this one here, out of range, is something to do with this monitor. So I might need to use a different monitor with the onboard graphic, as it says out of range. Page 1 of up and down. Okay, so we can't change that. Okay. We can't change image server, okay, to boot from a server containing Dell image server software. I don't know what that is, but we can have a look and maybe use this as a server. Post behavior, keyboard errors, set that to do not report, and fast boot is on. Okay, so that's everything. Let's save. Okay, so it does say, I'm not sure what it means by A8C or BIOS not installed. Is there meant to be a BIOS installed? System battery voltage is low, rear fan failure, and floppy diskette seek failure. Strike the F1 key to continue, F2 to run setup utility, or press F5 to run onboard diagnostics. So I guess it all posts. The only thing left for me to do now is install an operating system, but I'm going to do that in part 2 of this video because it's already long enough and I need to edit it and get it up onto YouTube. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment, and leave a dislike if you didn't like the video and what you'd like to see me do with this setup. Should I keep it as a server, or should I sell it, upgrade it and sell it as an entry-level game PC for young kids, an age bracket of 8 to 13, something like that, 16, first gaming PC, something like that. So yes, thanks for watching.